Hi, my name is Gabrielle. Could you imagine someone taking you from your home, cutting off your legs, arms, and then just leaving you to die? The purpose of the speech is to persuade the audience that poaching sharks is an inhumane action. Poaching sharks is inhumane because the sharks need their fins to survive. They are an essential animal to sea life, and slaughtering them for their fins is just wasteful. Being next to the water, I've seen multiple sharks washed up, mutilated. I believe if you eat animals, you should kill animals humanely as possible and utilize every part of that animal. My main point in this speech will be going over how slaughtering them for their fins is wasteful, to how sharks are essential animals to sea life, and poaching them for fins is just inhumane. Sharks need their fins to survive. Their fins are cut off, still alive, and then they're left there to die. Sharks have fins to navigate them to move. They provide them with stability and to steer them in the right direction. Also, their dorsal fins save them from flipping over. I believe this is inhumane and it is actually illegal commercial fishing, but unfortunately, 11,000 sharks are killed every hour according to projects aboard. Some places such as Asia use sharks for medicine, like for headaches, but they also eat the fins. The only thing is, most of the time, it's only their fins, and then the rest of the body is just wasted, and the animals are thrown back into the ocean still alive, according to Sharks Info. Sharks are essential to the ocean life because they keep the peace and the balance to the ecosystem. Sharks are like the immune system of the ocean. Sharks keep the ocean filtered, you could say. They keep the fish from overpopulating a certain area. If sharks did not exist, according to projects aboard, the next apex predator would rise. It would be okay for a while, but then the predator would start to overpopulate, causing less fish, and then being that there'd be less fish, there'd be a rise in algae. And then being that there'd be a rise in algae, the coral reef would eventually be an issue because the algae would actually start to cover all the coral and the coral would eventually die. And if the coral eventually dies, that means the fish that are still surviving would not have a home anymore. Being so, the fishermen would definitely have a hard time with all these issues if we did not have sharks keeping the balance between everything. I believe wasting the fins are wasteful due to the fact that they do not use the whole shark. According to the Humane Society, illegal fishermen will only cut off the dorsal fins and throw them back. I want to tell you a story about a biologist that went undercover as a cook, according to the Humane Society. He watched as a fisherman hooked a blue shark and cut a fin off, as another fisherman held on the tail because the shark was trying to get loose. They eventually pulled the shark on board and continued to cut the fins off. Eventually throwing the shark back into the ocean, the biologist watched as the shark would swim in circles until it sunk to the bottom and drowned. I hope this speech made you contemplate about human actions against sharks. I ask you again, how would you like someone to come into your home, take your legs, and then leave you there to die? Also, who is the one more scared, the shark or the human?